What is going on, everybody? My name is Ciara Lawler. Welcome back to another week of Weird News Wednesdays. This is the Heroes for Hire podcast. We are back again talking all the strangest news stories from around the world. We talk about the news that the real news is just too afraid to talk about. As always, I am joined by my best pal, Mr. Shaun Mead. Shaun, how's it going?
I'm good, Connor. 1 week I hope you introduce me as like a wrestling announcer would. And it's like this big build up and my theme music plays and then I respond exactly like this. Just really...
we should bring in the guy that does the let's get ready to rumble and then you just come in and go, hello.
Hello, how you going, fellas? Do you think he's on like Cameo or anything like that we can just hire him?
Do you think we do well on Cameo? Will we open a Cameo?
Do you want to open a Cameo just on the off chance? Like,
just for us going... for like breakups, like us breaking people up. Lads, now, Susan, he's not shouting with you anymore, lad. Just to let you know.
Joe, look, it's better for everyone involved, isn't it? Even the kids. What's that? You don't have kids? Well, that you know about, huh?
We just make it worse, create gossip.
We call it Keep Digging, and that's the name of our cameo. Okay.
He told me he was seeing another lovely woman. Absolutely sound way better than you.
You're talking in the break and it's like, but look, John, the new lady, she sounds great, honestly.
She's much better at all the things that you're bad at. That's what he said to us. Anyway,
everything you're insecure about, it's her favourite thing.
She's actually an Olympic athlete at those exact specific flaws. Shaun, this is weird news. What do we do here?
You have spent the week gathering all of the weirdest news stories from around the world. You're about to read them all out to me, a man who has been too busy stirring the shit in strangers' love lives to look at any weird news.
I mean, it's a business opportunity there.
See, it's cyclical because we have this segment where I solve people's problems. So if I start causing problems, then there's infinite content.
You're like the firefighter who becomes an arsonist.
Yeah, that's me as a person.
An arsonist?
No, for legal reasons, no.
Legal reasons, I have not burned places down recently. That orphanage went down all by itself, okay? I'm sorry. Jeez.
I started an accidental fire once, but we controlled it.
Just because I had a flamethrower within 50 yards of it doesn't mean I set it. It means I was just there. You've no evidence.
You've no evidence at all. It's not on CCTV or anything.
So, Shaun, weird news. We have a few, I would say, regulars here at Weird News.
Florida.
And a few people that we've touched on multiple times in stories over the years. Like, we've been doing this a few years now, so the same
Nearly
people
5.
pop up. We, to be honest, we kind of see the start and end of some love stories within the show itself.
Okay. We've seen... Is this... Okay, yeah, we've seen... Wait, is this about a pirate ghost? Or a Victorian ghost? Or one of the ghosts?
No.
How fucked is it that I have a frame of reference for what you were saying?
It's amazing that where your brain goes after this many years of doing this on a weekly basis. But yeah, people who are long-time listeners will also know of Brooke Harder. And that is the woman who married a Victorian-era ghost a few years ago. And then last time we touched on them, they were going through some serious troubles.
Wasn't he texting other ladies or something like that? Or was that a different ghost I'm thinking of?
I think it's so hard to keep up.
All of these ghosts.
There's another one that's a pirate ghost who's going with the Irish woman.
That's Amethyst Realm, yeah.
Amethyst Realm, yeah. That's definitely a stage name, not her real name.
We have her book. One of our lovely patrons and friends, Róisín, sent it to us. It is a treat. I'm going to read it on Patreon one day.
Just read it out.
Yeah.
Speaking of Patreon, Shaun, we do have a Patreon, don't we?
We do indeed. Heaps of content over on patreon.com/Heroes for Hire podcast, movie reviews, extra shows, and more.
And we're probably going to be doing a live listener hangout probably in the next few weeks to a month. We're trying to figure it out, but at some stage, I'm throwing this on, Shaun, but I mean, are you free for the rest of 2023 at some stage?
I am busy every day except now. So get on over.
Recording next week's show is difficult.
I also, and I'm just saying this so it's out in the void, because I said this on the last listener hangout, I want us to play Irish GeoGuessr and just be stuck in fields for 40 minutes.
I think that'd be fantastic.
Great content.
Yeah. It would be really good for the international patrons as well, because I think you really get a feel of what we have here.
That's it. I did some practice rounds just so I was okay at it. And no joke, it was 100 metres from my house that it dropped me.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
I recognise that blade of grass. It's a field.
Oh, that's Tom's shoe.
So anyway, we're going to get back to the story. We've done the pitch for... also, you get read out at the end of the episode, but whatever. Shaun, this woman who married a Victorian era ghost has revealed, Shaun, this week, she has finally divorced him.
My God, you hate to see it happen. You do hate to see it. They did sign up to the cameo. We've seen the
start of it. We've seen the troubles. We've seen the marriage. We've seen more troubles. And now we've seen the divorce. It's difficult. It's a difficult time for us all.
See, my question with divorcing a ghost, right, is it... Say you want... Okay, I don't know how you marry a ghost and get the documentation for that. I also don't know how you go about divorcing it. So, is it easier to do a kind of exorcism scenario and just get rid of the ghost? Or would that be akin to murder in this situation?
Woman who married a Victorian era ghost has divorced him by having an exorcism.
Oh my God, she killed him.
Straight up murder. To be fair, already dead.
Already dead in Victorian times, statute of limitations. Also, double indemnity. You can't be convicted of the same crime twice. I'm not saying she killed him in
first murder, I assume.
Yeah, she probably didn't kill him in Victorian times, unless
she's a ghost. Maybe she's the ghost all along.
She can't be the ghost though, because then neither of them would be real.
Well, the reason why this story is back out, Shaun, is at the very end of this article, and it's to promote something, but I'm not going to tell you what it is, and that's why she's back in the news, because I think Brooke has decided that the word has died down. So now she's come back out, because every few months, maybe every 6 months, she comes in big because she's got another thing to promote. Yeah,
because she realises that the Sun newspaper will pay £600 for a story.
True. And me and you will follow her love journey.
It's a system we've got going here, people.
So the 40-year-old said the devilishly handsome soldier burst into her bedroom on a stormy night and their fate was set. Shaun, I'm just letting everyone know, maybe you weren't here from the first story. They decided to get hitched after only 5 months of knowing each other, and they had their wedding on Halloween last year.
Which I think I might have brought this up originally, is that's the perfect time to marry a ghost, because that's the one night that the realms between the spirit world are broken down.
Yeah, you did say some bullshit back then, I remember that. So Brooke says Eduardo, however, after their wedding, things got bad, Shaun. He got drunk on their honeymoon, which is something we did talk about. They went to Barry Island in Wales, and then he started getting very possessive. To make matters worse, the ghost also apparently developed, and Shaun, this is going to shock you, an unsettling fascination with Marilyn Monroe.
Oh, that's okay. So, how unsettling? Because I suppose, like, if your human husband developed an unsettling obsession with Marilyn Monroe, it's weird, but not that weird. But if he's already a ghost, they're basically neighbours. Like,
it's like an affair in the workplace at that point.
Because there's no way you can intervene in that. Like, she's Marilyn Monroe and she's a ghost. They have so much in common. Not
only would you feel inferior due to her being Marilyn Monroe, you would feel inferior because she has more in common with him due to the fact that she's also a ghost.
So, now was it like, or because of, what would a Victorian view on Marilyn Monroe be, I suppose, is the next question. It's like, is he like, oh, this is class? Or is he just confused? Genuinely
a question nobody has ever asked anyone before.
Just me looking at, like, fucking Some Like It Hot. What would a Victorian child think of this?
What do you think the Romans would think of Anne Hathaway? Let's just all delve into it.
Probably be big fans of Anne Hathaway. As Queen of Genovia, she'd be another ruler they could respect.
Of course. So the 40-year-old Eduardo it says 40-year-old Eduardo, by the way, which, I mean, he's not 40. is he?
No, he's hundreds and hundreds of years old.
Yeah. The 40-year-old Eduardo, who's actually hundreds and hundreds of years old, would disappear for days and then come back smelling of Chanel No. 5, which was Monroe's signature smell.
Isn't that also the best-selling perfume in the world, though?
Marilyn Monroe's signature smell. There's no other evidence needed, Shaun.
Can a ghost carry a smell? Like, they can change temperature.
Can't carry anything else. So
unless it's some kind of poltergeist. So it's a poltergeist, but just for perfume, I guess.
Do you know what's so funny? Is I read that and I didn't once think, why does that ghost smell?
Yeah.
Because...
Also, no, sorry, fuck this. Because if it's Marilyn Monroe...
Sorry, this is the first bit that you're turning on. Sorry, I just want to make this clear.
There's just so many leaps of logic that are being asked of me all at once.
Yeah.
So if
the Victorian era ghost, you were like, that makes sense, I'm on board. They went on honeymoon, that's fine.
Mentally, I came to terms with all of that last year.
Cool. You've already gone through the stages of grief. Yeah,
exactly,
cool.
yeah. You can play back the tape and it'll be exactly the same reaction. But if the implication is that the ghost now smells like Chanel No. 5 because it was having a bit of a roll around with Marilyn Monroe, that implies that the ghost of Marilyn Monroe either smells like Chanel No. 5 all the time or tops up her supply of Chanel No. 5 that she's currently wearing, implying that she can interact with the physical world. So this woman is saying Marilyn Monroe is a poltergeist.
I think she's either saying that or she's saying all ghosts smell like whatever they smell like when they died, which would raise the question that this Victorian era ghost would smell like such shit.
Smell horrendous. That's a time when bathing wasn't a regular thing. Like you'd work all day. Sewage lines. People are just throwing shit in the street, Connor. I don't know. Look, love conquers all, I suppose.
Well, she did try to set boundaries. The more boundaries she put on her new husband, Shaun, that only sent him into anger. So Bracarda decided to return to the chapel where they were exchanged vows and performed an exorcism.
How can wait, so they got married in a chapel. Is a ghost allowed in a church? Is it not hallowed ground?
They say a lot of things.
They do say a lot of things. I guess, and then he thinks, oh, I'm safe in this church. This is where I got married. Boom, exorcised.
Our relationship has always been turbulent from the beginning. I feel like we also discussed the divorce before, or her looking to get a divorce.
Oh, definitely, yeah. This definitely came up. Like, if it doesn't, because this is when the troubles were starting in the relationship.
Exactly, and so I think the exorcism has only happened now. Because I came to the conclusion that the journey with Eduardo had no positive conclusion, and his energy was dragging me down. There was no breakup conversation, which, Shaun, it's a ghost, very difficult to have any sort of conversation, so I would assume definitely that is a truthful statement so far from Bracarda.
But it's hard to write "it's not you, it's me" on a Ouija board, so... That's the best joke I'll ever make, and I will never be on this podcast again.
You should have sent them a cameo of me and you.
Just riffing on this situation.
Look, lad, I know you probably smell like shit, or maybe Chanel No. 5 because you were, I don't know, having sex with Marilyn Monroe's ghost, who's a poltergeist? We don't know at the minute. But, lad, I have to be honest with you, Bracarda, she's not into you no more, brother. I just fucking go on my way. Pack a suitcase, leave the area.
Plenty more fish in the sea, you know? Plenty more fish in heaven? Hell?
And I'll tell you something, you can search that sea all day, lad. You don't need to breed. You can search for any fish you want. Go down to the very fucking depths.
Go swim in there. Find a siren for yourself. Why not?
And it'll help the smell as well, the longer you're there.
No, because he'll still smell like it, because he smells like that forever now. If Marilyn Monroe smells like Chanel No. 5.
If we go off the basic logic of previous...
We established these terms already. Yeah.
The world building that has already gone on.
Oh, the deep lore in this fucking weird news episode.
So she consulted a psychic medium to help her assert her boundaries over Eduardo and to try to tame him, but it didn't work. He grew increasingly more aggressive and nasty and began to haunt her with the sound of a screaming baby. I think that's where we ended last time. Yes. I concluded that the only way to get rid of Eduardo was to exorcise him. What's running going to do?
It's one of my own biggest fears, let me tell you. Thanks everyone for listening to this episode.
If you need to send us a cameo, it's not you, it's us. So I embarked on the harrowing process in the chapel where we got married. After hours, he was finally purged from my system. I felt light and free and excited to be released of his troubled spirit. Since the exorcism, I haven't felt his presence or seen him. The whole energy has shifted and life feels more light and joyful. I am quite adamant that I no longer want to be haunted by Eduardo, so his presence isn't welcome in my life. Pretty strong words.
Yeah, that also all sounds like it could be said about an actual breakup between two living humans. I wonder, I don't know, she bump into Eduardo on a night out and they have messy words together. Like, will that happen at all, do you think?
How many drinks have you had at that point? How did the breakup go? A very interesting dynamic, because it could be, please take me back, or you fucking awful bastard.
Well, and like there was no breakup conversation, you know, so there's probably a lot left unsaid there.
True.
So they're going, like, it's going to come out eventually, Conor. Because is he exorcised from the world or just from her?
I suppose that's a good point, because I mean, it's not.
It's not a good point at all.
Sorry, I just heard myself speaking that, but in the whole context of this exact fucking insane conversation, that's a fantastic point, Shaun.
Thank you very much.
If following up on that, exercising him, does that exercise him from everyone? So she's also taking away his chance to even get love in another place. He could find love in a hopeless place, as we were told one time in a song. And
I have heard that before.
and so her doing that, does it get rid of him for everyone or just her?
Because this is the because and like this and his little like tryst with Marilyn Monroe, was that within the concept of those both being ghosts in our world? Because then what happens? Like what's beyond our world, Conor? Do we exist really, or do
what
we
happens when we die, Shaun?
Endless nothingness.
I think this should be our cameos.
It gets really heavy about 20 minutes into the cameos.
Could you wish happy birthday to my gran? Yeah, well, look, you're going to die soon, right?
And it's best to come to terms with that, honestly. Because
nobody knows what's going to happen next. To be honest with you, Agnes, anything could fucking happen. And in many ways, be the first to see it.
In many ways, isn't it better if there's nothing? Do you know, just enjoy the time we have together. You know, that's what makes it special.
Because worms will be feast on your fucking face after even a week later. So don't worry about it.
It'll be fine. You won't care. You'll be gone.
Everyone you know and love will die.
And the funny thing is, there's nothing you can do to stop it.
Anyway, give us a fiver. Go on there. So, Shaun, how we know all of this is because she gave this interview, is because Shaun Brueheim has finally come full circle and has wrote a song for us called Just Another Anthem about her relationship with Eduardo, and she believes it's an in-your-face message to symbolise that I've moved on. So she's writing a song to him.
To him, who's gone, who's exorcised.
To be fair, she has killed him, so it's kind of a pointless song, but she's written a song called Just Another Album. And you feel free to Google that song. You can look at the lyrics if you'd like.
I'll pull it up here now. Just Another Anthem, is it?
Just Another Anthem by Brueheim.
Anthem. Brueheim. Oh, it's a suggested search. Holy fuck, this video looks like it goes hard. Hang on. There's a load of monks. Fucking 40,000 views, to be fair to her.
She's a big deal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's getting a bit spooky.
Oh,
I'll get it a drop. Conor, actually. Be honest, I don't mind that all too much.
What are you talking about?
It's like it's all right.
You are the most. You're just flippy floppy, is all you are, right? You literally have spent basically since the start of this podcast. Not even today's episode. I mean, since the commencement of the first episode of this podcast. Yeah. You've told me this woman's an absolute fucking bitch, Right? You've
don't
hated
doubt
her
it.
since the day she came on with her fucking ghost husband, and you said it's all lunacy. Now she releases one fucking mildly rock song, and you're like, yeah.
I come around. Look, I'm an easy man to please. What can I say? If I can also make a case, Connor, the music video contains footage from their wedding video.
No,
which is her standing by herself in front of a priest, pretending to put a ring on a ghost.
No priest is going to marry you to a ghost.
He mightn't be a particularly by the book priest, you know. He's one of these.
He's a bad boy priest.
He's a bad boy priest, but not a bad boy priest.
No, but not the way you're thinking. Not
in the
not the really bad ones, like an edgy one.
He's not a cool priest, but he's an edgy priest. He's
not going to pull out a guitar and like sing a song about it, but he's also not going to probably touch inappropriately people. Children mostly, to be honest with you.
People, children, you know, all of this is all superfluous information to the fact that song is pretty good. Okay. And it's better than it has any right to be.
You listen to 30 seconds of it, and you were immediately like, I mean,
all right, I'm going to skip to 2 minutes and 3 seconds in, and let's see what's happening.
Yeah,
the line "I can see right through you" in relation to her ghost husband, fucking beautiful.
No, it's not.
It's amazing.
I think I don't want to say this too loud, but we've lost him. He's lost to Brocarde.
There's a whole series of Brocarde music videos.
Have you fallen down the stairs recently? What the fuck are you talking about?
Love Me Till I'm Beautiful, Twisted, The Last Supper, Haunted, Just Another Anthem. They keep going. Her biggest video has 670,000 views.
You're goddamn right. I'm 660 of them, to be fair.
But you're coming out against Brocarde.
I hate listening, Shaun.
Of course.
Shaun, we're going to have to move on from Brocarde now that you're her biggest fan, apparently.
Can't move on. I think this is me now. Does she have merch, I wonder?
No, you're not buying her merch before you buy our merch. What the fuck are you talking
Connor.
about?
The podcast is buying her merch, okay? Go to Patreon.
I bought all of her merch. Please, we need a Patreon subscriber to fund Shaun's obsession.
I don't think there's merch, but I'll bootleg some. It'll be fine. I'll make it myself.
If you were to do merch for her, what would you come up with?
It would be probably one of those Halloween ghost outfits. It'd be that, but like a onesie.
Oh yeah.
And it's a Victorian military uniform, but it's like in the style of those tuxedo shirts. I think that's what I'm working with.
But it's like it's standing up by itself. And and the shoes are there, but there's nobody else.
Exactly. Yeah. And then there's one. It's just you pay 50 quid and you get nothing, and it's called "I See Right Through You," and it's a transparent shirt. Is what you've bought.
We're going to move on to our next week's news, Shaun, and I have two stories for you, as I always do. Your first one is unidentified mysterious object washes up on beach, or man spends a lot of money to become something.
Oh, okay. I want to do the beach one because I've seen the photo and I have a joke that I think you'll enjoy.
I think, is it about a TV show?
It is indeed, Connor.
Is it about a TV show that starts with an electric guitar and the theme song?
Fuck yeah, it is. Great week for theme songs.
Unidentified mysterious cylinder washes up on beach as police urge public to stay away. If you have not seen this, this is one of the weirdest things over the last week, which is why it's here. Local residents at Greenhead, some 155 miles north of Perth, reported a mysterious gold-coloured cylinder that washed up on the beach. The cylinder is estimated to be about 2.5 metres long, 2.5 metres wide, and is made of metal. Officials are currently guarding the large item until further facts regarding the origins are discovered, but nobody knows where it came from, and it's just kind of washed up, and it doesn't look like anything anyone's ever seen.
Unless you're a fan of Power Rangers. In which case, There's a Rita Repulsa inside of that cylinder.
I'm proud of you for understanding that reference.
Thanks, bud. I saw a photo on Twitter, and then the replies explained it to me.
I thought you just seen the movie.
No. I've seen the movie, but no.
We have watched the movie for the Patreon, and you loved every moment of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie.
There's a weird bit where it just cuts to a jungle and some witch in a bikini trains him for 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And then Rita's there too. And then the second one, even better, they're space pirates.
Even better. Then we watched Turbo. They all had cars, but then the villain was on an island. So really, you'd write a movie if you gave all your Rangers super cool like race cars. You'd maybe create a scenario where the final battle would take place on
Racing
somewhere they could
cars.
drive to.
Well, there's also the Megazord is a ferry in that movie. So they went
it's not called like Power Rangers Ferry.
No, but you can have a turbo ferry. You know, put some Cuban NOS in the engines.
Stop putting Cuban NOS in things.
Would NOS work in a boat, do you think?
I mean, I don't know if it works on a car.
It surely does. Well, I say this, it's only...
What's your reference for that?
Need for Speed, okay? And Fast and Furious films, of which I've seen half of one. But...
Good.
I suppose it is just entertainment has convinced me that NOS is a real thing.
So, I mean, Shaun, the Australian Space Agency have come in and said that it could be part of a foreign-launched rocket, though the details currently remain unclear, and they are currently asking for people to stay away as far as possible because they don't know what it is. But Shaun, this is the start of every horror movie I've ever seen, and is there a monster in that? And if so, when the guards are guarding it, they're going to be the first killed, and then I assume that whole of Australia will be taken next.
It is tough because like anything could be inside there. We're all convinced it's Rita Repulsa, but it could be something more sinister. Like if it is, because rockets do crash down in the sea, so that it could just be one of those that drifted on. But what if something climbed inside? I'm thinking like a Starro from the Suicide Squad kind of.
I was thinking Starro from the Suicide Squad.
Something real fucked up could be in there.
Do you remember that scene where the astronauts are like posing beside it and then it just starts like fucking, oh man.
Starts wrecking shop. And when they pull the star off their face and there's an indent and it's foul.
If you haven't seen The Suicide Squad by James Gunn last year, I'd watch it. It's fucked up, but it's pretty good.
It's fucked up, but real good. One of the best films.
Real good. Someone just put up, this is a Movie Mondays, but someone put up his 4 last movies, or the 3 Guardians movies, and the Suicide Squad, and they're just like, he don't miss. The man don't miss.
I am surprised he came out and said that The Flash is such a great movie, but I suppose he had to do that contractually.
I think so. And just to touch on it again, you told me that the strikes should be over, that the actors need to get back to work
again,
and that they're wasting time. They're wasting, and I think in your own words, the CEO's money by being out there.
Look, as much as I appreciate a good bit, a jape, if you will, as much as the next man. But no, corporations are never in the right, and everyone should strike at every opportunity.
That money.
David Zaslav needs to go home and have a lie down, is what he needs to do.
In one of his 19 houses.
Yeah, and then he needs to go fuck himself.
Shaun, I just wanted to touch on this because if Australia is the first destroyed, are we saying this is like J.J. Abrams level, like found footage? There's a movie here somewhere. It'd be a very... I'm trying to think, like kind of like a
Cloverfieldy kind of thing, but in Australia. So genuinely, it might be the best place for aliens to land because there's fucking enough things that'll kill you there that they probably won't make it off the island.
They'd be nonplussed about the whole thing. Aliens would arrive and like 7 snakes, you just jump on top of them and then it's game over.
I think in terms of like threat, aliens are far less than most wildlife in Australia.
I think Australian wildlife beats all possible alien.
Yeah, Australia is some of it might as well be aliens as well. I think, right, yeah, so you have aliens, they come to Earth, we're sending them straight to Australia because the Australians know all the animals, but they don't. So they'll see a spider, they're not going to be worried. That spider's going to bite it, game over, lad. Yeah, and and then if it was like, oh, we need a representative from Australia to talk to the aliens, send Robert Irwin. He seems a lovely man. He won't do them wrong.
He seems very nice.
Very good at communicating without using words and such, you know? I think he might be the man, quite honestly.
And show them clips of Steve, just so they understand.
I think there's some piece of zombie media, I think it might have been World War Z or 28 Days Later, but Ireland is basically fine because they didn't have the traffic to spread easily. And we're like an isolated island, so we just, in the story, closed our borders and just everything went up. It's a lot more difficult in real life, as we've learned. But
I mean, to be fair, you only need one to get through, and then it's game over.
Well, this is the thing. But in the book, we were fine. So Australia, as an island, could just contain the aliens for a little while, and then when we go and meet them, they're really chilled out and going surfing and stuff like that.
Is the Australian army literally just spiders and snakes? Because if it's not, they're missing a trick.
Yeah, it feels like it should be one of those Warcraft style of armies where the humans have allied with the monsters.
You should ride in on a fucking snake because you've trained them.
Yeah, get all your generals on a fucking kangaroo. It's got a load of grenades in its pouch. It'll be class.
And I don't know if we're thinking things here that nobody's thought of, or else this is a common knowledge, but I just think Australia, if you've got guns, what's more effective than a gun? You train a load of fucking venomous snakes, crawl along the battlefield, you poison all the generals before the battle even happens. Game over, lad.
Oh, you're using fucking chemical warfare. You're using nature to take things down. It's a real it's a guerrilla style of combat. There's no gorillas in Australia.
There's no gorillas, but we're thinking smaller. Shaun, we're going to have to move on. Speaking of animals, because I have
out of Australian references.
Man who Dollery Jews is my last one. Man has spent 12.5 grand to become a dog. Says he's fulfilling his dream.
This is a sex thing, right?
Is it?
It mostly is with these kind of things. Because dogs are class, right? But you're not meant to be one.
So the man who lives in Japan claims that this has been something he's dreamt about since his childhood, and now as an adult, with enough cash to spend on an incredibly realistic dog suit, he's now able to live how he wants. He even treated himself to a giant dog crate to sleep in, to make the whole thing feel as real as possible.
I don't. How far is he going with this? Is he eating dog food? What's?
Oh no, he's got a YouTube channel. Oh no.
Fight a Japanese dog suit guy. Is this the man in the border collie costume?
Yes.
We've talked about this guy before.
Have we?
Yeah, this came up a year or two ago.
Did we?
Yeah,
this is an update.
Okay, yeah, something. Yeah, he got a custom made collie costume. But I didn't know he was living as a dog. I thought it was just...
No, he's now fully gone living... Actually, yeah, he hit the headlines last year after the first clips of him inside the dog suit appeared online.
I hate
but
this.
But he's come out since then, this week, to give a bit more context. As people are like, what's going on? Because the structure of the skeleton is very different. They spent a lot of time studying how to make it look like a dog in this proper dog suit. 12.5 grand.
It's almost like we didn't evolve to be dogs, you know? And that's a shame. But let's not go back now.
He's worried also that his pals will think he's weird, Shaun.
I fucking guarantee they do. Because I'm a stranger and I think you're weird.
If I start dressing in a dog suit...
Oh, there'd be words, Connor.
Yeah, but how would it go down? I'd be very interested to know, how would you tell me...
How do I discover that you're in a dog costume? Do you tell me?
We start recording.
Okay.
And for weeks leading up to it, I'm really, really fucking into looking like a dog. I'm just looking into it. I've been trying to buy suits.
Okay, once you mention suits, I'm like, look, that's weird. Whatever you're into, but that's not. I don't want any part of this.
I think you're too nice to tell me that.
I know. No, I would be having. There would be a call. I would be at your house by surprise one day, and there'd be a bunch of us sitting in a circle to talk to you.
And then on the call we jump to record the podcast, and I just come on the Google Meet, and you are just like, I'm sitting here in full dog costume.
Genuinely, I would be shocked. I would be confused. And I would be like, what's going on? And would you address the fact that you're wearing the dog costume?
I would just immediately start recording. What's going on?
No, because I think my people-pleasing nature would be taken over by my level of uncomfortableness, and I would just be like, I really can't do this. I'm sorry.
I simply cannot.
I can't sanction this.
He says, I rarely tell my friends because I'm afraid that they will think I am weird. My friends and family seemed very surprised to learn that I became an animal, he said. I mean, they would. Weirdly, like, if it's for a sex thing, more understandable. Still, like, whatever you're into. But, like, if it's like a weird sex thing, you're like, okay, I like dressing as a dog, and if some other lad who also likes dressing as a dog, we're fucking
that's
having a
fine.
great
If you're
time
not
together.
hurting anyone, that's absolutely fine.
Go for it, lad.
But if you're, it's the realism, I think, because a lot of like dressing up as animals and shit for sex is like, it's like mascot costume kind of stuff. It doesn't look like a real dog. This looks like a real border collie just fucking sitting there. It's like, what's that about? What's going on there, Connor? What's his end game here? Is he just living like this?
I think he's just decided to live his life as a dog, yeah.
It's okay, hang on. Japanese dog costume. I'm going to find this dude's YouTube channel. Do I want to turn on a VPN for this search, do you think?
Maybe. Just,
they don't know where I come from.
I don't know what your recommended videos are going to be after this, but they're probably going to be fucked.
Oh, look, there's enough damage done already.
I mean, the last two searches are dog costume and brocade.
I became Jesus Christ. I became a dog and took a walk outside. Oh, he's on a leash. Oh, no. This is fucked, man. This is so fucked.
I mean, it just seems like so time-consuming. Life is tough enough as it is.
Your back must be in bits.
Yeah, me and you more so are like, physically. Your knees would be in bits.
It looks like someone skinned a dog and is now wearing it as some crude facsimile of life. This is horrendous. I think physically it's got to take a toll. I think you can only do this for maybe a year, max. A
year's a long time.
A year's a long time. I'd give it a week before the fucking the rush wears off of being a dog. He's just, and he looks in pain the whole time. It looks like a fucked up dog whose skeleton is too big for its body.
He looks sad.
He look like. Now, he's eating dog food.
Oh
no. No, I hate it. He's just in a corner in like quite a nice looking apartment.
Yeah.
I hate this. And then someone's hand, he does the shake the paw with someone else's hand. I don't.
That's not that impressive. You're a human.
No, I'm not impressed by it, Connor. I'm more horrified.
No, but I'm just saying, if he's doing it for that as a trick, like, it's grand when a dog does it.
Oh yeah, that's impressive when a dog does it. Sorry, yeah, but like he's waving goodbye to the camera, like he's too smart to be a dog.
You're like his guidance counsellor. You're too advanced to be a dog, and like, I know dogs are class, but still. There has to be a limit.
Everyone in the comments is calling it cute and wholesome, and I'm just like, this is...
Maybe we're the problem.
I'm fine to be the problem if that's the case. Like, he's... it feels like it's done against his will. Do you know? Like...
I just think practically you've got to be in pain, and I just don't know. I just want everyone to be happy in their lives, but at the same time, if he's happy like a dog, grand. But like, lad, you're going to be sore.
That's the thing. I'm all for being happy, right? But don't do this, please. What's the end game, though?
There is no end game. He's just a dog.
Fucking like he's catching frisbees in his mouth and shit. Like,
also not impressive.
I get look, if I was to be reincarnated, like, a dog would be a great thing to be. You've fucking no worries in the world. But like this, he's a human man. Like, he's got responsibilities and such. Maybe this is like you look back on this in 50 years and it'll be like, oh, Shaun cancelled for not thinking people can be dogs. But
here's how I see it. Life is shit enough as it is. Right,
I'm with you.
Don't put it on hard mode. It's already on hard mode.
I mean, I don't know how much more I can say on this because I worry I'm being like actually judgmental, but this is fucking weird and I don't like it.
We're going to move on to our next piece of news. And Shaun, the Tour de France is on at the moment. Okay. I don't know if you've seen the Netflix documentary about the Tour de France. Very good.
Mm-hmm. No, but I have seen the Netflix documentary about Pez dispensers, which is very good.
That's not similar.
Right, okay.
Have you seen Drive to Survive, the Formula 1 version?
No.
Right, great. But
Keep going though. Name other ones.
This is a good anecdote so far. So they did one basically on the Tour de France, and that's how I know a little bit about the Tour de France through watching that.
Right, okay. I watched a documentary about the Lance Armstrong doping thing. If that helps.
Did you? That's pretty. Was that the movie or the documentary?
The documentary.
Chris O'Dowd's in the movie. Your voice.
My voice double.
Yeah. There's my favourite part. This is such a niche fucking reference for that one documentary. But did you like the bit when Irish journalist Paul Kimmage came in?
Yes.
And he's only right. There's a documentary on Lance Armstrong, right? It's like 90 minutes long.
It's really good.
It's really good, right? And actually, the people that took him down were Irish journalists were the ones that took him down, right? And what's really funny is like about an hour and 10 minutes in, a random journalist called Paul Kimmage, who lives and works here in one of our newspapers here in Ireland, he just comes in for one soundbite, one sit-down interview where he gave one soundbite, and he just comes in and he just is like, everyone's like trying to talk around this topic, like Lance was cheating but we didn't know what to do with it, like what were we going to do? And he just comes in and goes, all these fucking writers had to see his fucking smug face on the fucking billboards.
And it's like, he's pulling no punches, Mr. Kimmage, let me tell you.
They see this fucking fraud. I think he says
he's a liar.
Yeah, straight up. And then you never see him again.
No, he just comes in for that one little bit, which he probably could have recorded in a room on his own and just sent to them.
No, I respected it. Clearly everything else in his interview wasn't usable, but that was the only bit they could use.
That was the only time a person like straight up said, no, this was fucked.
Yeah. But that's just nothing to do with anything that we're talking about.
Just a nice little bit.
I just think Lance Armstrong, I think he didn't cheat at all. Like, you know what I mean?
No, he famously cheated, Connor.
What did he do?
He got a load of fresh blood put in him. With stuff in it.
He was cycling real quick.
Yeah. We could all cycle quick if we get new blood.
If I got better blood, I'd cycle so fast.
What blood type are you?
I don't know.
All right. Okay.
I think I'm an O.
I'm O positive.
Oh, well, that's fucking false advertising.
One thing positive about me, folks.
The Tour de France teams have asked fans to behave better after a selfie caused a mass pile-up in the 15th stage this year.
Is this the second? Because last year someone held out a big sign and caused a massive
Someone held out a massive sign. Now, if you've ever seen the documentary, these people are fucking flying, right?
Yeah.
They're absolutely going like 80 miles per hour.
like serious speed.
Mad shit. When they go downhill, it's crazy speeds, right? But the thing about this is, like, you have somebody cycling and there's like 50 people behind them. Last year, somebody put out a sign, one of them hit it, and then if one goes down, like dominoes, they all go down.
Because at bits they are all grouped together just because of the nature of how the course is laid out. Other times, like, they're going behind each other to slipstream and stuff like that. So you're always going to take out a few of them. So
here's the thing. This week, a mass crash happened on the 15th stage on Sunday when somebody decided that they wanted to take a selfie at the side of the road, but they kind of put their phone out to try and get them with the cyclists behind them,
which is not advised. Don't put anything into the road you're not willing to lose. And just essentially punch the cyclist in the face then.
So they basically, American rider Sepp Kuss was cycling along, and one of the people who were watching it basically just leaned into the fucking track to take a selfie with all the cyclists cycling past. Sepp, he was not expecting somebody in the crowd to kind of pop out of nowhere with like their upper torso over the wire. That he just hits them, he goes down, and then this is 52 kilometres in, by the way. They've cycled 52 kilometres at this point.
Fuck.
And then at least 24 other cyclists all come in and they hit fucking Sepp, because Sepp's on the ground and there's just a bicycle just in the middle of the road.
Yeah, like with the other lads coming behind at 50, 60, 70 miles an hour. Like, how do they still let people watch this on the side when this amount of accidents happen?
I also don't know if, like, you would want to watch it on the side, but that might be complete ignorance on my part. But I
get
know
it though. I get what you mean.
Like, you would only see them for a second.
Yeah, it's like watching, like Formula 1. If you watch that, the cars go around and around a few times. Like, you get to see them a couple of times.
The only place you want to see is at the finish line. That's really where you want to get seated. But if you get like seated halfway around the track, fucking big whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, no, if it's going past your house, fine. But like, I remember there was a big, like, I think it was the Tour de Ireland, they called it, back in fucking ages ago. And they went through town here, and I was like on the way back from the shop with my nanny, and we stopped for 2 seconds, saw all of the cyclists go, and then said, right, let's go about our day.
That was mad though, wasn't it?
Oh, it was wild. Jeez.
Are we ruining all racing versions of sport that we can't see the logic behind it?
I can see the logic as a sport. I just don't think it's very spectator friendly. Like
in a sort of sport that involves a pitch or a field.
Yeah. Like,
you turn up and the seats surround the area of the grass. So the players may be moving, but none of them can leave the stadium.
Yeah, they're all contained. Like, it's a similar thing, but like anyone who stands near the middle of a golf course is a psychopath. Like, there's 2 good bits in golf, the start and the very fucking end.
I'm going to sit in the middle of the fairway of hole 9.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good one.
It's a perfect view, so they say.
Shaun, I think we need to move on because we're running out of time. And I wanted to get to this story because I have take a seat. Bank teller dupes bank robber into waiting in lobby until police arrive, FBI says.
Oh, man. They got tricked. They got Uno reversed.
So last week, a man allegedly rolled up to a PNC bank in Hollywood with a plan to nab some fast cash. James Timothy Kelly, 77, by the way, walked into the branch on Tyler Avenue with a polo shirt, grey short and a white hat while carrying a white mesh bag. Kelly allegedly handed a teller a note that said, "Give me the money." Pretty self-explanatory.
He's not mincing words, Mr. Kelly.
In fear, the victim bank teller pretended not to see the note and handed a bank withdrawal slip to Kelly.
The confusion in the man's mind at that point. That's amazing.
Kelly then stated, so he has to say it again, "I am not here for that. I am here to rob you."
So the note is now useless at this point. Like, he's had to say it out loud.
In response, the teller still pretended she was having computer issues and asked Kelly to take a seat in the lobby and then they will get to him soon.
Just Mr. Magooing their way through this situation.
At which point, the defendant, Mr. Kelly, obliged and walked straight over to the lobby and just sat down.
My God. And so he's probably thinking, what the fuck's happening? She's probably thinking, what's the fuck's happening?
Yeah. So we talked last week about that guy who tried to rob the place and then nobody reacted.
Yeah.
And mentally, that's going to just ruin you. And I think in this scenario, it's the same thing. I think I'm here to rob you with a note. First confusion. Then she hands you something back that's not money, and you're like, no, I'm actually here to rob you. And then she says, oh, the computer system's a bit down, sir. Could you just take a seat in the lobby and I'll look after you now in a minute? There's a moment in your head that's like, I'll go sit down until the computers are fixed and then continue the robbery.
I'll be back once the system's back up. And then I guess the robbery can resume.
Yeah, like, what is the logic of that? Like, well, she'll call me when she's ready to be robbed.
And won't call anyone else in that time, presumably.
Yeah. So he goes and sits down, and it's unclear whether the teller made up the computer issues to buy time for the police, or was as a spur-of-the-moment tactic to create distance between herself and the alleged robber. But the end result was still the same, as officers received an alert around 11:20 in the morning in connection to the incident, and rushed to the scene.
Oh, okay. Robbing in the morning, as we've always said, the best time to rob a bank. Everyone gets a day off.
Nicest way to do it.
And did she... Surely she didn't ring the police. There must have been a button or something to press. Like, because if he was sitting in the lobby watching her dial 3 numbers on a phone and then talk for a few minutes... He must have gotten that.
Ringing IT.
Yeah. Just they'll have to send someone out to fix that, I'd say.
They may send some lad out. These computers are... How can a computer be broken? But he's sitting there like going through his head like, but how is the computer like, she's after getting money out over there. Like, how are the computers broke?
Surely they have money ready to go, though. Like, it's not...
Like, it doesn't make any sense.
They don't print it here.
No, what's going on? Like, so, after he was arrested... By the way, Mr. Kelly was transferred to the FBI Miami field office for an interview. The man waived his rights to remain silent and agreed to speak with agents straight up.
He wants to have words.
He admitted to entering the bank, demanding money by means of intimidation, and in the saddest admittance of all, failing in his attempt to rob the bank.
I can't stress that enough. I failed.
Like that, I mean, you know what? That takes a big man. That takes someone who's big.
Mistakes. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Do you think he wanted to be in prison? Like, or no,
I don't think so.
Because then he would have been like, I'm going to rob you for $1 or something like that.
Yeah. No, he was trying to do the robbery, and now he's maybe trying to play it off. Also, he's in touch with the FBI fucking eye. This is just like your local police station have him.
Do you think they were just curious? He's like, why is a 77-year-old man doing bank robberies? Did he have a weapon?
So he apparently didn't have a weapon, but it's because it was not an armed robbery charge. It's just a bank robbery charge.
Interesting. How do you... Surely it's easier to rob a bank.
With notes.
Yeah, I mean, the pen is mightier than the sword, I guess, but how do you rob... Like, what's the intimidation? If you're just a man asking for a lot of money.
He's willing to throw fucking shapes, like, he's willing to throw a few haymakers.
He's 77.
Yeah, like maybe one haymaker before like a heart attack kicks him, but he's willing to throw it.
This'll be a fucking good one, like...
It'd be fine. It'd want to be a very fucking good one, but we don't know. Maybe he does have one.
Maybe look. Maybe he is just one of like he's an old master that studied all of the martial arts, and he's coming
Splinter.
back. He's brought back in for one last job.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Sorry, yeah, I forgot he could have been Splinter from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah, no, that makes a lot more sense.
See, you're not picking up what I'm putting down here. Yeah, I love the fact that he's now in the FBI's hands, and he's just like, let me talk. I waived my right. I failed. But I did try to rob that place. And the moment in his head where he's like, she's terrible lovely on the counter there now. That's actually very nice of her. She's like very kind, let me sit down.
She's the distant sirens getting closer and closer.
Yeah, I wonder who they're coming for.
Someone must be in trouble.
So Shaun, we are finishing off this week with... I'm kind of torn. I've got 3 stories.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a 1, 2 or 3, and I want you to pick a number, and that's what we're going to finish on. All 3 are Florida.
Okay, I'm going to go 3.
3. Okay. Man jailed after pulling drugs out of his arse.
Do you know what? It's a simple headline, but it really sums up this show, doesn't it?
Florida man was arrested A Florida man was arrested on drug charges after he pulled a bag of narcotics out of his anus during a traffic stop. I think ours is funnier. Stephen Edward Matting. Yes. Stephen Edward Mattingly, 35, was charged with possession of fentanyl and drug paraphernalia after his arrest on Monday. While following Mattingly after a traffic stop, the officer saw a large pile of various pieces of scrap metal extending above the bed of the truck. On the edge, a dishwasher was not secured and wobbled beyond the edge of the truck bed as the vehicle moved. So they pulled him over because the shit in the back of his truck wasn't tied down.
So it's another instance of Florida man being caught by breaking the stupidest of rules.
If he had tied the stuff down, he would still be out.
He would have been grand. The drugs would still be in his arse to this day.
The officer conducted a traffic stop. So they pull him over to basically tell him, look, you need to tie that shit down, right? This is a traffic stop. You're probably going to get a fine because, like, that's very dangerous. There's a fucking washing machine in the back of your seat, or the dishwasher. If that falls out, it's going to be a real harm to other people. So they do the traffic stop, and they spoke to Mattingly, who said he typically did not wear a seatbelt either and was unaware of the shifting cargo. Immediately, I don't normally wear a seatbelt, officer.
I'll confess, I don't like them.
When asked for his driver's licence, things began to get a bit weird, as Mattingly said he had never been pulled over and did not know what to look for, but they had just told him they wanted his licence and registration. But he said, I don't know what to look for.
He doesn't know what they look like, perhaps. He's never had to pull them out before.
The report noted that Mattingly had a lengthy driving history and previous encounters with law enforcement, including numerous offences for which he was pulled over by the police. So, slight lie on old Mattingly's part there.
I've never been pulled over by someone so handsome, officer.
Yeah, I've never been pulled over by you before, officer.
This is a brand new experience.
Due to the discrepancy in his statement, the officer asked if there was anything such as guns or drugs in the vehicle, because as the more questions come out, the more he lies, the worse it's getting, and the officer's getting more and more suspicious. Mattingly denies having anything of that nature within the car. No guns, no drugs.
No guns in the car. The car itself has no drugs in it.
The officer then, he observed a small container inside the open glove box. The officer asked if he consumed narcotics, and Mattingly said he got them from his doctor at a Subotex clinic, the report said. So immediately backs down. There's no guns or drugs. Have you taken narcotics? Well, I do have them, but to be fair, I didn't know narcotics were drugs. So you can't hold me on that, officer.
Right, okay. So, and a Subotex clinic it's a clinic that weans you off heroin and other drugs and stuff like that. That's a believable story, you know?
True.
And especially if it's in a little tub and stuff.
The officer then asked for consent to search the vehicle, to which Mattingly agreed to. I've got nothing to hide, officer. You can search as long as you want. As he got out of the vehicle, however, a clear glass pipe with burnt residue fell out of his car.
Fell out. Oh no.
That means it was either on his lap or he kicked it out. The residue later tested positive for fentanyl. Mattingly was detained at that time, according to the report, which of course he was. A further search of the vehicle turned up a green glass pipe with more burnt residue underneath. Additionally, a folded up piece of paper with a brown powdery substance was located inside the pocket on the mirror above the driver's seat. This also tested positive for meth and fentanyl. Inside a can in one of the cup holders was an unknown liquid containing multiple solid pieces floating around inside that appeared to match narcotics.
Oh.
This was also seized for testing. Remember, no guns, no drugs, pulled over for a dishwasher.
Yeah, like the domino effect of just like pulled over for small thing, multiple drug charges.
Mattingly was placed under arrest and moved to a patrol car. As the officer was leaving the traffic stop to take him to jail, Mattingly told the police to hold on because he had something up his butt, according to the report.
Well, officers, I know when I'm bested.
You've caught me on every other charge.
It's only a matter of time.
Mattingly was removed from the patrol vehicle, where he was able to pull the object out of his arse all on his own. The officer retrieved a tied-off plastic bag which contained an off-white and yellow powdery substance that later tested positive for...
Meth?
Fentanyl.
Fentanyl. Man. That's... Why was it in his arse?
So many crimes.
Why was it pre-inserted?
Yeah, that means it was in his arse when he got pulled over.
Yeah, because there was a lot of other loose drugs in that car. Why wasn't that among them?
Because he had fentanyl, all over the fucking car.
Yeah. So why was this unless he was going somewhere that he was trying to get fentanyl into? Or coming from somewhere? But if you're coming, you would take it out before you go driving.
Florida man, he just does stuff. He doesn't know why he does stuff. He's just doing stuff. And I like the idea that they pulled him over and he put it up his own arse.
While the police were on the way to the car.
Yeah,
just a quick 1-2.
On that walk. You've got 7 seconds straight up the arse.
I don't know if I could do it in 7 seconds. I need to light some candles or something first.
Some music needs to be on.
I need to be soothed, let's be honest.
That bag needs to romance me a little bit.
It needs to take me out for dinner first.
What do you think of Florida man's story here, Shaun? I think he's innocent.
I think he's doing his best, honestly. I think he should learn to tie down his dishwashers. That's my takeaway from this story.
There's our advice for this week's episode.
If you've learned one thing this week.
Yes. I think that's it for this week's Weird News.
Would you like me to take us out, Connor?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Thank you everyone for listening to this episode of Weird News Wednesday. We will be back on Friday with Hero or Zero. Next Wednesday with another Weird News Wednesday and more stuff coming out on the Patreon. We have Movie Mondays occasionally. It's all a good fun time. Not sure how much news there'll be because Hollywood's on strike, which we both support except for Connor. He loves companies.
So we both support except for one of us.
Yeah. Oh, there's 3 of us here. Me, my inner thoughts, and you. Thanks to all of our wonderful patrons over on Patreon, patreon.com/Heroes for Hire podcast. Special shout outs go to Róisín the Wife Palmer, Joe Burney, Ryan Komatsu, Dozer Enthusiast, Evanson, Waffles loves you and is hoping you have a good day, David Clarke, Shaun Chuck in the wash and it'll be grand, Jamieson, Dominic, Anna Irish Walrus Forever, Hjelmroos, Danny McLaughlin, Lordsmish, Michelle Browne, Michaela Doughty, Frost, Buster, Ed Ball, Conor and Lorraine have struck again when Shaun least expects it. Russ, despite Shaun's excellent carpet glue suggestions, the obvious answer to the clear-up issue was 1,000,000 otters-Parfitt. That's true. Last week I suggested carpeting a motorway because you already had the glue down. Thanks as well to Jackson Brueheim. Liz had a few too many on St. Paddy's Day and tipsily subscribed to the Patreon, Ciara Lawler and Abs Kebabs. Thank you all so much for your support. We couldn't do the show without you. You make it a hell of a lot easier to do this every week and every month, and we really appreciate you. There are other ways to support the show though. You can go to the merch store, heroesforhire.ie/shop. Twitter is @heroesforhirepod. The 4 is the number 4. Facebook is Detective Divilment's discussion group. Instagram is Heroes for Hire podcast. And the best way to ever help out the show is to tell one human being that we exist.
Just a one, please.
And I think that's about it, Connor.
I think so. So I've been Conor Lorraine.
I've been Shaun.
I shall see you all next week, guys.
Bye.